So I'm wondering if they want to just like go for the bristleback.
Yeah, that's probably what they're going to do, given the fact they just banned out the Timber. They already have a Mars on their team, so they're probably worried about anybody who eats into strength heroes. Lifestealer hasn't been banned out, which surprised me, but they've gotten rid of the Phantom Lancer as well, who does pretty good against a lot of late game strength heroes. So again, Bristleback is a hero they might grab here. Although Bristle doesn't really struggle against Broodmother, and they banned that one out. They've gotten rid of Nature's Prophet, Brewmaster, and Broodmother.
You want to know who plays all of these heroes?
Yeah, I am trying to put my finger on it.
His name's Monkey.
I feel like there's
the monkey guy.
I feel like there's a notable North American player who picks all of these guys.
There, someone say it's similar. He plays a lot of similar heroes and has a very similar name. But for the life of me, I've never been. I haven't been able to figure it out forever. I don't know why. Just this monkey guy can't figure it out.
I'm sure it's nothing I'm thinking of. They ended up going for a strength hero, though. They ended up picking the Wraith King instead. So both teams going all out. The Enchantress is the only thing that's a little bit unusual, but as long as Arkosh wards up the camp around whatever lane Enchantress is going to be playing around, I think they're going to have a pretty easy time dealing with her.
You can dispel Bulldoze, right? With Enchant?
You can.
So actually not that bad. Dispels Flame Guard as well. So you have like two really good dispellable targets with the Enchantress, which is kind of nice. And it is a really strong lane hero, right? If you manage to get a decent creep early on, you can bring that to the lane, give a lot of support out to the Wraith King. So I think it's not bad. We're just missing what is likely to be that 4 position for probably matching well with the Mars. Otherwise, we're going to see like a weird mid Mars and then like a 4 Quap and a new offlane hero. Like it just doesn't seem like something the cut's going to do.
All right, so what do you want to see as a position 4?
I would say now that you have this Venomancer and this Ember and this Spirit Breaker, if you're going position 4, you have to pick something that like you just don't really see their safe lane. So I think this is 5 position Nyx and 4 position Spirit Breaker, because I know Cap plays Venomancer in the 3 position a lot. And he's standing in for Gremlo. So I think this is probably going to be a 3 position Veno. So my guess would be you just pick something that's like strong in lane with Mars, something like Snapfire, and you're actually doing pretty good, because Nyx Assassin and Spirit Breaker like both aren't very good at. Well, I guess Spirit Breaker is like okay, but Nyx Assassin as a 5 is a really weak lane hero. So you just pick something that punishes, right?
This is what I absolutely hate about. Well, I like this about Arkosh's draft, but I hate Arkosh. They're very good at taking these drawn out fights right now. They've got Spirit Breaker and Nyx Assassin, who are very good at coming in and out of team fights and disabling people with both Spike Carapace and Impale. Ember Spirit can sit in and out of fights really easily. Venomancer chips people down. All he has to do is get off his ultimate as the game goes on. They can chip away at all these heroes. I feel like you need somebody who's able to burst people down a little bit quicker on the side of the cut. Io wouldn't really do that, though he'd keep people topped up. I'm not sure who the perfect solution as a position 4 is going to be. But you need some way of starting fights and keeping these heroes locked down, stopping them from getting in and out. So either some heavy burst damage or a stun is your position 4.
Yeah, I could go for that. You definitely need... Man, I just don't know what you pick on the safe lane from Arkosh that like deals well into the Mars and now the Wraith King. Like they get rid of the Medusa Terrorblade, which are the 2 big ones. The Lifestealer is still in the pool. That's got to be like one of the top picks on their mind, right? Like it's actually really good this game based on all of their heroes, right? It's good into the Wraith King, good into the Enchantress, good into the Mars. They banned the Legion Commander.
Yeah, but I'm almost certain that they'll either take the Wraith King, or sorry, the Lifestealer or an Anti-Mage.
Ooh, where's Black when we need him? No, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's Lifestealer for Arkosh. I think that's probably the safest pick for them. It's something that we know Pale Horse plays. As for the cut here, probably just a strong 4 position, right? Or are they actually going to go mid-Mars here? Because it looks like Arkosh, with the Legion ban, I'm a little bit confused. That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm very confused by the Legion ban, unless they're just thinking it was going to be 4 position Legion.
I mean, Legion Commander would be very good against either an Anti-Mage or a Lifestealer, I feel. It trades reasonably well with either of those heroes. Lifestealer, it's pretty good against strength heroes, but Legion's got too much armor, movement speed.
Baden? Yeah, okay. I was like, the only other hero here that makes sense to me is another really strong Dispel, which is a Baden. So it's going to be 4 Enchantress.
and a Naga Siren they're playing against. They don't have great ways of clearing illusions this game either. So Pale Horse is going to have a pretty easy game if they can take this one late. I
Yeah.
think that Abaddon was an amazing solution to some of these damage over time and stuns coming out from Arkosh, but they've got no real way of dealing with this Naga Siren.
Yeah, this is actually kind of sick. I like this.
Mhm. I mean, Wraith King just absolutely melts to this hero. You tend not to have any AoE clear. I think we saw like Radiance picked up maybe once or twice when you and I were doing CN DPC, but that item isn't really built on Wraith King anymore. As the game goes on, it's not going to do too much against illusions.
Dude, honestly, just Radiance in general is just such a bad item right now because it doesn't synergize with any of the heroes that build it, right? Like, I think that's one of the things that we noticed. Like, in the past, it was like your farming item, and it was so good at farming, but it didn't give you a lot of like useful stats outside of just being a farming item. And now it's like the only heroes that build it are heroes like Wraith King, and now there's items that have been buffed so heavily, things like Armlet and Deso and like all these different things that just synergize better with his kit than just having raw damage, right? So it's kind of interesting how Radiance has changed. Also, SMD happens to have the tier 2 Wraith King Arcana, which is very pog.
Hold on, look at that. Veggies.cap. That's a throwback right there.
Shout out to all the old
Remember
boys.
Reddit being super upset about them playing in open qualifiers?
Dude, yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, man, they would lose it. Oh. I think my team would have had a good shot at the international if Veggies was.
Talking about team dying?
No laughing matter. Oh, right, team dying. That was the big team. But we only played in BTS Pro Series 8 qualifiers. BTS doesn't have qualifiers anymore. No, so they can keep teams like Team Dying from rising to their real potential.
I mean, this is kind of a qualifier, isn't it?
An invite qualifier.
Yeah.
Open qualifier, sorry.
Yeah.
Open qualifiers.
All right. It is simply delicious, apparently.
It's all right. These things have been nerfed. You can only send them off once every 2 minutes now. This is a direct nerf to Arkosh based on some requests that certain casters made to Valve.
I'm sure. Okay. So Scourge Me going my favorite Quelling Blade triple Gauntlet of Strength build. Now, the thing that makes this build really good is the fact that a lot of times you go for like just the bracer into Soul Ring, and that's where like these 3 gauntlets end up getting used. But if you skip it, it ends up just being a lot of like wasted early money, unfortunately. So curious to see what he does.
Yeah, people do this on agility heroes all the time. They'll buy like 3 slippers or something. Losing cause our carry. Well said. But yeah, people do this on agility heroes all the time just because the Wraith Bands aren't really worth building up into unless you really need the armor. You're not building any other armor items. Wraith Bands are super sick for that reason. 5 agility and 2 points of armor, I think it gives you.
Yeah.
And you're buffing the hell out of that one. The 3 gauntlets might be a little bit excessive. I guess if you're trading right clicks with these people, they're not really going to have the ability to trade back. And you're never going to be able to burst his Wraith King down when he's got this much HP.
The triple gauntlet is like really sick because it just like builds into those items that you want to build anyway, and it gives you so much base damage to just like guarantee last hits, and then you just go right into that Helm of Ironwell, which once you have that, it's just like one of the most broken items in Dota, and you just never have to worry about regen ever again. Very nice. Fixes every strength hero's problem.
You okay there, bud?
Sorry, it's been a long time on this patch. My brain's still not coping with it at all.
If you haven't figured out this patch by now, I wonder if you had a brain at all.
No, I figured it out. It's more of it's just causing me a lot of problems.
You refuse to conform. You
right? I just want Ricky to be good. You know, I want Pudge to be viable. What more can I ask for?
You want to grief games, I get it.
Okay, true. But so let's talk about something for a sec. For those of you who are just joining us, this is the upper bracket finals here. The winner of this qualifies directly into phase 2 here of the BTS Pro Series 10. So Arkosh and the Cut going head to head. The winner, the loser of this will have one more chance to qualify. Sorry, I just was reading chat there for a moment. They played a game without keyboards yesterday, and they had to rebind some stuff. Forgot about that, but
for content reasons, I genuinely don't believe that.
No, I think watched that someone took their
keyboard away. I think Gremlo ate their keyboards, and that's why he's away sick today.
Yeah, Gremlo was not there yesterday, so that would actually That would make sense
Yep.
if he was busy eating their keyboards.
Yeah. So the manager has to stand in.
But yeah, the loser of this series will be able to qualify or have an opportunity to qualify once again. They're going to be going up against the winner of our second series this afternoon. But yeah, it should be a fun game either way. Fun series today we have lined up.
Yep. Now, DNM just started, before I was forced away from North America, DNM started playing offlane, which is weird. A couple of people who've been playing other roles, like 1 and 2, switched to offlane just because this is a severe lack of them inside North America. Lil Nick switched to position 3 as well.
He's playing 4, I believe, on his new team that was just announced.
You sure?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought they had him locked in as position 4, but I'll double check the rosters.
I can pull up the valuable information right now.
Oh, nice. I love valuable information. Bottom lane, Pale Horse on the Naga Siren. This hero, a ton of armor, so it's not super easy for heroes like Enchantress to zone her out, but he's just getting clapped by a tomato. So Pale Horse down quite a bit of health. Nice salve there from Forsaken Oracle. Gonna top him back off.
Yeah, they need to stop the Naga Siren from having a good game because, again, there's no real solution for this as things go on. Everything's just a miserable hero to play against it, and they're doing a good job so far. Right now, you're the bottom of every single core right now.
I will notice, look at last hits and denies and tell me Crow is not stealing last hits from Cat. Well, unless he's just clicking skeletons in lane. That might actually be what he's doing. He might just be clicking only skeletons in lane and has 14 skeleton kills.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the net worth. He's got 1100 right now. The CS is deceiving.
Dude, those skeletons are so annoying. If you're like a 4th position that doesn't have a lot of armor and like can't kill them, you actually just like have to run to the tower.
Yeah, Lil Nick is playing 3, by the way. It's B-God.
Is he?
Playing 4 on that team.
Nice, nice.
Not to be mistaken with the other B-God. Just like how Pingu isn't to be mistaken with fake Pingu.
Yes, of course.
Oh, speaking of Pingu, ends up getting scared out on that ward just now.
Yeah.
He's going to get dewarded immediately if he doesn't just die.
He's fine. It's a heavy dive to go for that. He just wants to secure the rune there. And Monkey back to farming in the mid lane. Now, I'll be honest. It's been a while since I've seen Monkey play,
Apparently, we don't have game audio.
There's no game audio?
Yeah. I'm not sure about you, Ricky, but I would hate to just listen to me without having to listen to Dota as well.
Oh, man. That'd be bad.
Imagine subjecting people to that for 5+ minutes. That would be pure torture.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah. Scourge McDuck getting chased up here into the top lane. Crow ends up connecting with him. The Venomous Gale comes out as well. I'm not sure he's getting away from this one. He is very tanky with these 3 gauntlets and the Humbly Iron Will, though. Couple more auto attacks. Well, he's going to get kept alive by the Aphotic Shield. Meanwhile, over in the mid lane, Monkey actually goes down to kits.
Okay, there is no reason our game audio should not be working. So let me figure that out. That's fun. Dude, I love Windows updates changing all my audio. This is good stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy what happens when you're away.
Of course, it's just not outputting.
Well, that's one of the strengths of this Abaddon pickup is Aphotic Shield, just being able to instantly dispel the Venomous Gale. So not a ton of kill potential here. And they've managed to find one finally in the mid lane. We've been grabbing Ember Spirit. Didn't have to commit Sonic Wave for this one, so we still got that one available with Nick Assassin here. He's not going to go for it. Crow's looking for something else at the moment. Bottom lane. Looks like Pale Horse has actually been forced out of lane. He's already clearing up neutral camps here. Doesn't want to play any further forward than this against Giant and DNM. Makes sense. The camps aren't really warded up right now either, so Giant's got his pick of whatever he wants to harass these heroes with, and City of Torment is a pretty good one. Magic damage goes right through the 10 armor that Naga Siren has. Because Observer ward themselves. Monkey's got a double damage rune. He might try to set up a kill on one of these lanes with this one. Enchantress would be a very easy find with the DD. Just spamming Sleight of Fist onto her. Hero has pretty low HP and armor. In fact, they might just find Giant without him. Impale comes out. A couple auto attacks will finish her off. If you get a single greater bash here, I'll be able to get him, but he's not lucking out. Where's the 70% when you need it?
Sometimes you just gotta get better at Dota. As you can tell, I'm paying an absolute immense amount of attention right now as I figure out the audio.
No worries, my man.
All
right. Speaking of people forced in the jungle, look like Scourge McDuck doesn't want to deal with the Venomancer anymore. He's got 2 points in the Poison Sting and 2 into the Plague Ward, so he's going to start pushing the tower here. His Catapult's still alive, so he should make quick work of it once he gets to the tower, but they're still sitting at full HP. Bottom lane is where people are setting up down here, though. Forsaken Oracle, pretty low. A Sonic Wave will finish him off, but he doesn't have the mana for it anymore. Kits, in fact, he's out of bottle charges. Someone needs to melee this guy down. Kits needs to be a little bit careful. He's completely out of mana now. He's got enough to blink away, and that's it. But double damage rune on Monkey. He could just chase him. Purge that Flame Guard there. 2 points made absolutely useless. Charge come in. Arena comes out, catches nobody, but you do end up going down on Giant. Finished off by that Sleight of Fist, and DNM forced TP out, and he's gone. No way to interrupt that one after charge and 0 points in Searing Chains. Well, they managed to turn that one around. They do lose the Nyx Assassin there, but they're on the board. They're down 2k net worth at the moment. This is not great. Pale Horse is pretty far behind. He compares net worth to the Wraith King. He's down like over 1,000 net worth. George McDuck. And this guy doesn't even have boots yet. He doesn't need them, though. He's just going for extra points of armor. Okay, never mind. He sold Chainmail into buying boots. He's going to fly that one out with his armlet. These 3 gauntlets of strength, I'm not sure he's going to turn the last one to anything. It is a little bit too late to build a brazier with this, but he does still have a soul ring queued up, and he sends himself out. Ring of protection for it. Bottom lane, Cap, sitting very low. He's going to be chasing the trees here. I think Kits finally wants to commit this Sonic Wave off onto somebody. There's no way he out-jukes this one, right? He's cutting a path in the trees. They don't see him! They don't see him! I can't believe he's getting away with this. They charge in as well. I don't think they can actually turn this one around. He does have a point into Poison Nova, so he could whittle them down, but he needs somebody to help finish them off. He's just going to hide back here, though, and look for an opportunity to turn this. But if they all sit underneath the tower and start whacking away at it, Cap could just drop his ult. The Ember Spirit would need to TP in, though. His TP's off of cooldown. All right, never mind. They just let Crow die. It doesn't look like they're going to defend this one. Instead, Skeleton's going to make quick work of this tier 1 tower, and Cap wasting a lot of time back here. This could have been a super sick play, though. All right, they lose it. This does give Monkey a little bit more time to get more level, so he's only sitting at level 7, 3 points into the Sleight of Fist. He put 1 to Searing Chains at level 7 because he realized he had no way to interrupt TPs if people wanted to just walk away from him. And Crow heading up to the top lane, wants to interrupt Scourge McDuck's farm. I mean, he just takes a crit to the face if he charges into him. He doesn't really want to sit inside this lane. 3 points in the Mortal Strike already. Bottom lane, they ended up losing Cap finally. Ended up coming back out of the trees. Arena Blood will make quick work of him. Mid lane. Forsaken Oracle trying to get his level 6. We just hit the 10-minute mark, so we could just buy himself the Tome of Knowledge. Send that one out, but I think Spearbreaker doesn't have his level 6 either. In fact, he's only level 4, so it'll probably go out to him. But Scale comes out of Queen of Pain, but she just blinks away from that one, and then, of course, a Aphotic Shield coming up onto her. Makes Cap's game kind of difficult, but at the very least, Poison Nova is non-dispellable.
Hey, Neph, guess what?
What's up?
I think we have audio.
You managed to fix it?
Well, you know, it's like audio's coming through, but fixed is a...
Very cool.
An interesting word for sure. Okay. So, you know, I'm sure now that this is good, we can actually talk about the game. All right, so let's see. Net worth wise, 11. Thank you so much for the play-by-play and just all of the fill-in on the game.
I'm losing it on me having to play-by-play, but it's fine.
No. We're good.
Look, I'm just the good looks here, Ricky. You got all the talent.
Can't argue with you there. I'm just kidding. All right, 1 to 4, Arkosh. Starting to fall a little bit further behind. I mean, this is kind of what we expected going in, like looking at the early stages of the lane phase, right? Like they were fallen pretty far back, right? Like, they were kind of struggling in all 3 lanes. Charge top from Crow, just being a nuisance. Scourge McDuck, level 10 armlet on his way to a Deso. Dude, I'm like, this game's looking real rough for Arkosh right now.
Yeah, 4K net with disadvantage here. We're almost 12 minutes into the game, but the issue is that Nagasine hasn't finding nearly as much farm as she needs to. I mean, at the very least, you're not going for a Radiance in the Wraith King right now, but if you're sitting super far behind, it's not really going to make a difference. You are just going to get bursted down, especially if Queen of Pain has a good game, and he's having a reasonable enough game so far. Giant just gets played this far forward because they have an Abaddon behind him. They don't have a ton of burst damage yet, which is an issue if this game ends up going late, but I'm not sure it's going to go late at this point again. It's Desolators to make quick work of the towers once it's done on the Wraith King. And with the Spearbreaker not really finding kills, you wonder what the point of his pickup is. I mean, the hero does farm reasonably fast now. That's one of the strengths of it compared to how it used to be. Because Red Bash does so much more damage than it used to. In fact, he just cleared out that entire creep camp with a single charge. Kind of sick.
It is pretty sick. I mean, they're looking for Monkey top. They are smoked up. The question is, do they have the damage? There's no Orchid, right, on kits, so I don't feel like they have a lot of threat here to kill out this Ember Spirit, but they're slowing them down. They bring the rest of the team up here. They just, whoop, Blink Spear. Oh, nice dodge by Monkey. That was sick.
You try to catch a monkey in the trees, he is going to dodge every single time. Oh my god. That was a sick sleight of fist.
It was. Charge mid lane now onto Giant, but the Enchantress, very difficult to kill. It might just, yeah, it's like, I don't think you got this, guys. She's got herself the Fluffy Hat, the Medallion, 15 wand charges, and meanwhile, they do manage to find Monkey top in the arena.
He wasn't in the trees that time. You find him in arena, it's easy to find a monkey there.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah. And he's just following the lore.
Lore-friendly gamers, Arkosh is apparently. That would make sense based about the fact that Slacks is here, you know.
Not here, though. I was expecting Slacks to stand in for Gremlin today. Instead, it was Manager.
Also known as Cap.
I mean, he was tagged up as Manager. I'm going to call him Manager. No, it's been a long time since the Veggie days. Forsaken Oracle does have vision of kits over here in the jungle, but with Pingu sitting behind him, he's not going to be able to even touch him. Nothing he's able to do there. They've been putting a lot of pressure here on the mid lane. I mean, Venomancer just setting up camp with these Plague Wards, and nobody can really push into him. Again, majority of your damage, or your burst damage right now, is magical, and with 17 wand charges, raindrops, and Hooded Defiance, Ven is going to be just fine.
Forsaken Oracle. Yeah.
I mean, look at this space that this is creating.
Sure. Yeah, we can call it that. We can call it that.
Incredible. Incredible.
He did get the ward down, tried to TP. It's about to oh, I guess that ward's already been there, so he kind of just gave his ward away instead. You know, he was doing something.
Big Palkia fan. That's a little bit of Pokemon humor for you.
I don't know what that is.
I know. And it shows. Have you not been playing Legends Arceus?
Neph, why would I play a game made for a Nintendo 64 in current day?
I need a new caster. This is fine. Mid lane, DNM. He's just going to harass Cap a little bit. Again, he knows he can't really commit onto him. He's going to build himself up a Dragon Lance that'll make him even tankier. I think he's just looking for more HP right now, which is why he went for the Yogurt Club first. Man's just got brown boots.
Mid lane, there it is, the big arena from the Mars. Follows it up here with Scourge, and we'll be able to chomp down, find that quick kill onto Cap. Forsaken Oracle, Invis, but underneath the sentry still at the end of the day. Will end up falling. 2 quick kills go the way of the cut, and now turning their attention towards the mid tower. They did get hit by the Nova, so a decent amount of damage from that, but it's not going to slow them down all too much. TPing top is going to be Mars. DNM wants to set up another kill potentially. Monkey would be the big one, but not that easy. Blink Spear, perfect dodge there from Monkey, of course. He knew it was coming.
Yeah. Remnant going away very slowly, unfortunately. I think they're just going to be able to keep chasing him down. 2 seconds until Spear's available if he tries to throw it.
Does get one more Remnant, trying to bait, but they read it perfectly. They know exactly where he's going. The tip comes out from Giant. Not going to fool this team. The cut grabbed themselves another. Now 1-9.
I mean, going to the closer Revenant, it would have been style points for sure, but if you could read that one, it's make it that much easier to find the kill off onto him. He didn't have a ton of mana to work with either. He could have popped his wand a second time, but he would have had to wait for that one as it was on cooldown up until just before he died. Well, he does end up going down, and that kill be right beside the Roche pit. It means that they get to go for this one. Wraith King, of course, makes quick work of this. Surprised that Giant isn't tanking this one, but he's only got 1 point in Untouchable right now, and the Abandon behind you is going to keep down. It's not going to cost him too much HP. And here they go invading their triangle. They think they're going to find heroes, but all they find is a Plague Ward salad.
That's a terrible salad. That's how you get diseases, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Gremlin wasn't here today.
Yeah. Pale Horse, we haven't really talked about him for a while because he's kind of just playing his own game.
I mean, already you can see the effect that this Naga Siren has against the Wraith King. I mean, this only gets worse as the game goes on. Scourge McDuck was forced to back off there. Pale Horse doesn't want to commit onto him. It's a waste of time.
Got a fight breaking out mid. Nyx Assassin first to go down. Crow trying to hobble himself away. Monkey doing what damage he can with the Sleight of Fist, but again, forced to retreat. Almost manages to pick off Kits there on the tail end of it, but we'll be able to survive. DNM with Blink forward, gets the spear, setting up a kill potentially, and they get him. They chop him down. One more for the cut. Dude, they are just... they're kind of dismantling Arkosh here. It is 1-12.
I mean, maybe they're proving that the little Nick curse isn't real. And curses aren't real in general. You can kick him from your team and still do fine. Because right now, the Arkosh looking like a complete disaster here. Again, I do think they have the late game, if Pale Horse can find farm. But we're still a very long way off that Eye of Scotty that he's currently working on.
Nice impale. No, you're right. It's going to be a minute before they can really come online and do anything with this Naga Siren. And they're kind of just split pushing, doing what they can. Naga just playing on the bottom half of the map here, cutting waves. Well, is he going to get mid? He is going to get mid lane. Meanwhile, speaking of mid, charge through from Crow. Just trying to grab what vision he can as he heads all the way bottom.
That's not, I mean, he lit out the creep wave as he went through there.
Yeah.
So they'll have to tank this tier 2 tower.
So just come down, nice stun, but again, they don't have the damage, and now Nyx Assassin pinned up against the trees. Is protected for the moment by Vendetta. Will be able to use that to pop the reincarnation there on the Wraith King, but Giant still just finds the kill, and now, finally, back on the board. Arkosh get themselves their second kill of the game, but instantly punished. Now Pingu trying to run away, will not be able to make it as Monkey finds it. Wraith Fire Blast will connect, stuns him down, and Kids finds himself another kill. Nyx Assassin trying to chase down DNM, did not be, was not successful with that one, and instead, killing spree for Scourge McDuck. 3-0 and 4 on the Wraith King.
Forsaken Oracle bot back to the game just to go down there. Didn't end up finding that kill. Almost got him with that impale, like you said. But the Yule Scepter came out pretty quickly there from Mars. And there was just nothing he could do. Nothing more he could do to follow up. This is more space for the Naga Siren. And now we're only, what, like 1,000 gold away from this Eye of Scotty. So you are getting closer to your objective. You didn't lose the tier 2 tower, but... and in fact, I wouldn't say the net worth really changed that much after that team fight either.
You don't think so?
You got a little bit more, but Naga Siren was farming up that entire time. I mean, the graph doesn't really show it changing all that much. There's about 7,000 before, 7,000 after. Like, the fight recap showed that they made like 2,000 gold, but I think the fight lasted so long, Naga Siren ended up farming about that much while it happened. And Pale Horse is farming fairly quickly. I mean, I don't like their odds on Arkosh, don't get me wrong, but I think it's taking you a little bit too long to push up to these tier 3s. In fact, you haven't taken any tier 2s. The outpost is still up. You gotta start making some movements quicker here.
So, I'm a little bit. I'm curious what you think about Kit's build here on the Queen of Pain, going for just the Kaya Sanj. It is like a less aggressive build, but you are a lot tankier. And when you have an Abaddon behind you, I'm wondering if you feel like it might just be too much. But meanwhile, Monkey found here by DNM gets the remnants off at 100 HP and will be able to survive.
All right. Save us there. They can turn this one around onto Giant.
I mean, they're going for the Enchantress again, but I don't know why they don't have the damage. Giant just stands his ground. They turn their attention to Forsaken Oracle instead, and he's gonna fall.
Well, they end up getting absolutely nothing from that one. Nyx Assassin, they end up losing. Giant way too tanky. He's healing up so fast with these Nature's Attendants.
wonder if he's going to go for the shard eventually, too. And Pro in the bottom lane. Does have bulldoze, though, so he's not under... Well, never mind. Apparently, you just get 3-shotted. The managed to find Monkey. The Yule set up into the spear every single time. You're going to find that kill. And now, tier 3 tower under siege. The Naga Siren, who, you know, farming for next game with a score of 0-0 and 1. Nice Blink Spear. DNM finds the Nyx as well.
Aegis finally expires after they get the racks. At the very least, this is all they're able to take. Tier 2 towers are still standing, so they're not going to be able to grab any tier 3s inside the base. Naga Siren making sure these ones are being cut back all the way at the enemy tier 2 tower. So they've got that one going for them, but 7k now with disadvantage turns into a 10,000. With the waves pushing in, it becomes that much easier to deal with the Naga Siren.
Yeah, that's a little bit strange, to be honest. Like, just how much space they're like dedicating to the Naga Siren, because at the moment it doesn't really seem to be paying off all that much. Like, yes, she's second on net worth, but at what point do you just, I don't know, like, you have to start fighting, right? Like, at some point you can't just AFK the whole game, right?
I mean, kind of. The Naga Siren just has such a massive advantage over Wraith King in like a 1v1 situation. So if you end up getting farmed up enough, Wraith King is eventually just not going to be able to fight into you at all. And I think that's what they're going for here. So as long as you don't lose another Rax, I think you might be okay.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
But 11k now with this advantage is pretty bad at this point. Palos almost has a Diffusal Blade, and this is the item they usually go when you're ready to fight on the Naga Siren.
Charge canceled by the Yules, and perfect sets up kill here onto Crow. It's one of those items you're gonna build it every single time against a Spirit Breaker. It's just so dang good.
Yep.
And Naga Siren will TP home, so space made, I guess you could say, or like gank tank by a Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, I think he's gonna clear out this wave. Okay, it makes it a little bit harder when Enchantress takes one of the Naga illusions.
Oh, well, he still got it. Oh,
Gone now.
It's still dead.
I'm gonna smoke up, look for something here.
DNM, great optimization, great pickoff so far in this game, and they are going to have the vision here. Jumps in, gets the spear. He managed to find the real Naga Siren. The question is, can they finish him off in time? Scourge Protect on the backside, the stuns. He gets pushed outside the arena. Pale Horse will not be able to survive. They take down the Venomancer as well. 2 heroes, and finally, they take down the pesky Naga Siren. They get themselves a third. They get the outpost, and things finally falling apart. Well, I don't want to say finally falling apart here for Arkosh, but
been steadily falling apart.
But really falling apart here for Arkosh. Wait, did we get the classic 3-2-2 in the moment there? We did. Thank you.
We
had a 3-2-2 classic kill score in the middle of that fight. Oh, actually, oh my gosh, we had a 3-2-2 kill score off of the death of the Naga Siren. Can you believe it?
And I'd say it doesn't count unless you have unless it like ends on 3-2-2.
Oh no, we take those.
Come on. All right. But that was a super sick blink there from DNO, just jumping straight to the enemy hero. Spirit ended up latching onto the Naga Siren. If you don't stun her, then she ends up getting a song, getting away from that. And now they're just gonna run down this bottom lane. Top lane, you're gonna have to start shoving out on somebody. I don't think you can actually fight into the heroes on the cut. Even with Naga Siren up, Diffusal Blade completed. I mean, this is Naga Siren ready to fight finally. Shouldn't have the Diffusal Blade in that last fight. I don't think it would have helped her from getting ganked. But this is a sign of Pale Horse being finally saying, okay, I'm ready, let's go, I can participate.
Yeah.
After 25 minutes of the game. So,
of course.
We'll see what he does. Roshan is going to be a longer respawn. This does favor Arkosh a little bit. 2 minutes and 20 seconds until it's back up. So he'll maybe be able to finish up another item on Pale Horse, or, you know, potentially gank a hero before they're ready to get that Roshan and push into their high ground. They are just absolutely getting destroyed this game, though. BKB now completed on the Mars as well. So I'm not sure how they deal with them. I mean, Nyx Assassin's like a decent stun, but...
Speaking of stuns, Scourge managed to find Cat top. And yeah, this Wraith King's a real issue. AC now completed on his way to the BKB, and he's basically had a free game from the lane stage. 7-0-5. He was top net worth at, I don't know, or top CS all the way to the lane stage, and has pretty much held the top net worth spot the whole time.
They have to defend this one somehow.
They do indeed. Somehow is definitely the correct, I would say, term to use here. I don't really know how they do it. They do manage to have the shard picked up on the reincarnation, so the Naga Siren, who now has the defusal, it's not as troublesome for Scourge to deal with. Back to the fight, looks like going for a wraparound. They do manage to find Kits with the Blink Spear. They manage to catch the real Naga. He's gone. No
buyback
Pale
available
Horse.
either.
And there's the aggressive tip. You'll love to see it.
Only 130 gold short of being able to buy back in the game. That's all they need to do. Jump in, Yule Scepter up, and that's it. They call it GG.
GG out. Oh, man.
Arkosh absolutely dismantled here by the cut. I mean, they looked amazing against Two-Face in the first match they played in this tournament, but today, completely one-sided match. They would have had the late game if they could have gotten there, but completely fallen apart. Too many heroes picked off and too much map control on the side of the cut. I gotta say, DNM set up a lot this game with his Mars.
DNM always owns is the thing. Like DNM was like a big playmaker back in the original like Old Boys team, but yeah, I'm glad to see
Sad Boys.
Sad Boys. Sorry, and then I referred to them as Old Boys a lot of times because it was like DNM and 4 vets. But yeah, I mean, great performance from him. Basically deathless on all 3 cores here from the cut. Meanwhile, Arkosh, a little bit of a struggle this game.
Monkey doing his best to carry the team, and every single kill was under his name. 3 and 6 he ended on. Meanwhile, everyone else at 0. Curious, if you ask me. Quite curious.
Curious and curiouser. True. Well, yeah, there's not much really to talk about that game. They put all their eggs in the Pale Horse Naga Siren basket, and that basket got...
Basket had a lot of holes.
Dude, they just stole the basket. The cut was like, that's ours, actually. Thanks.
That's our basket.
So, yeah. Cut take game number 1. Arkosh, got to go back to the drawing board, see what they can do in game number 2. Neph, anything you want to say before we go to a quick break?
I think a break is very necessary. I imagine the next game is going to be underway very shortly. Maybe they change things up a little bit. I feel like Cap did decent on the Venomancer down the bottom lane. Pale Horse, if he could have gotten a late game, would have been strong. But when I was up until like 2 a.m. watching these EG games, specifically the ones that they played against. That was when I was back home. Yeah, when I was watching some of these EG games that Arkosh played against, like, they ran a very quick lineup against them. I think they just need to go for something a little bit faster.
Yeah, I could go for that. All right. Well, we'll see what happens in game number 2. Everyone stick around. We'll be back after a short break.